All right, let's show you what we've got on lake levels. You know, we talk about the Canyon Lake level, the Medina Lake level, both of which have been hit with exceptional drought, especially Medina. So this water has definitely helped. You can see that we're still way below conservation pool. We'll start with Canyon Lake at 61.9% full after a rise of 10.5 feet since last week, in less than a week, really. But that's still 20 feet away from conservation pool. Medina, even though it's 85 feet below conservation, notice that 4.7, that's up from 2%. So that's a significant jump off of just a little more than 8 feet since last week. So good news on the lakes. Good news tonight is that we're quieting down. The winds are still, and the skies are still pretty cloudy. I mean, we still have some pretty good moisture out there. 80 feels like 84 with that dew point over 70 and the wind staying southeast. And we've got a successful landing at San Antonio International. Welcome to San Antonio, or welcome home. 92, so 2 shy of 94, where we should be this time of year. No rain in our gauge at San Antonio International. Beautiful Northwest San Antonio sunset captured by the lens of Steve Manchester tonight. Great work out near Helotes. Now, take a look. We saw scattered thunderstorms today, mainly south and east. And in fact, there were some really good thunderstorms down to the south in Atascosa County that crept up into the city, in through downtown, right up 281, as a matter of fact. Here's what fell into the gauge, nearly an inch near St. Hedwig, 3.5 northeast of New Braunfels, just on the Comal County line, more than 2 once you move near Poteet. That was some very heavy rain with the thunderstorms in Atascosa County, about 1/2 inch for West San Antonio. A lot of the rain that caused the flooding today, and we had several river flood warnings north of Junction and just south of San Angelo, but this is what I love to see, is that hardly a drop, if anything, nothing fell in Kerr County today. We need several more days of that. Tomorrow morning, cloudy here, mid-70s with a few isolated showers east on I-10. Watch out for that early. But with daytime heating, we expect a few downpours to push in from the east. So this could be the 5 to 6 p.m. picture with some heavy thunderstorm activity that moves back to the east and really explodes with a lot of heavy rain from Floresville to Gonzales maybe by about this time tomorrow night. But notice how everything stays east and nothing's moving into the Texas Hill Country. All right, let's take a look at the 14-day forecast, where we do have a pair of weather impact alerts this week. It's for Saharan dust. All this moisture is kept that at bay, but by Thursday, Friday, it could thicken up. We get some hazy skies. Mid-90s by the week's end, and then into the weekend, a 10 to 20% chance of an isolated shower. Then we're looking at some upper 90s. Once we get into the 3rd week of July, here comes some summer heat. And that means the feels like temperatures are going to go well over 100. Nate?